Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Planet and Alien here on YouTube. Hello. Yes, I am here with my Ranview of the Riverdale finale, which, heartbreak, let me just take a moment. Okay, I'm good. So, yeah, Riverdale finale. That's my reaction, okay? So yeah, I finally get to make my Ranview, because as you can tell, I'm in my room. That's why my background is like this. Riverdale! I love Riverdale. Like, I have to get excited, okay? Okay, first let me start this off by saying, man, Hiram Lodge, a 16-year-old boy, made a grown-ass Mr. Powerful, oh, I control everything. He made him so nervous that he had to have him framed for murder. Bitch, you scared. That's what it is. You are scared. You are, like, scared, terrified. Because you know that Archie's not going to stop till he takes you down. You know that. Like, you had his father shot twice. Not once, twice. And the first time, he literally almost could have died. And the second time, he probably would have died if he didn't have that bulletproof proof vest. So, shit's going down. Season 3, I already, know, I feel like, I don't know for sure. This is just how I feel. Because, of course, Season 3 ended with Hiram, of course, like I said, framing Archie for murder, which that was fucking epic. Like, I made a video on it because I've been away, you guys, and I've really missed you guys, to be totally honest, and I really miss making these videos. And so I've been obsessed with making, videos about Archie Andrews or Betty Cooper or Jughead Jones. Like, my next one, I think, is going to be a Jughead and Veronica video, and I've become obsessed with making them. And, yeah, so in my Archie one, I had to include that scene where Archie is getting taken away by the cops, and he looks at Hiram, and Hiram looks at him and smiles, and then just walks away, and I'm just like, oh, chills. Like, it was epic, but also, you went after Jughead, and almost, okay, wait, I'm sorry, you went after Jughead and tried very hard to have him killed, and was upset at Penny when he wasn't, in fact, dead. Oh no, honey, you... But now, Archie. Now you want to go after Archie? Oh, no. That ain't happening. That's not going down that way. No. You messing with the wrong crew, okay? Like, damn, if I was in Riverdale, I'd be like, oh, man. Oh, God, if I was in Riverdale, I know it's a show, but I would still be, so infuriated just watching these scenes unfold, even though I know it's, fake and it's a show. It's like, oh, Hiram, I just want you to be freaking in prison or killed or something. No. I don't know if I want Hiram's story to end necessarily, because, I mean, he is, what's so weird about Hiram is, God, I really dislike his character, on borderline of hate, I would say. I mean, I don't know if I would say, I guess I hate his character, but I love his character also. Not really love his character the way he is, but I love the concept of the character Hiram Lodge. I just think he's such an interesting character to have in Riverdale. And I mean, since he showed up, so much shit has gone down. It's fucking crazy. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. It was all Hiram's plans, of course. I mean, people should, open their eyes and see that as soon as Hiram showed up, everything went downhill for Riverdale. But no. Well, let's just ignore that and blame it on the Black Hood. Yeah, my ass. Ugh. And then, God, I swear, if I was working for Hiram, my first thought, first off, I wouldn't even get into business with Hiram, because my first thought would be when am I going to die? Because it's true. Until he'll keep you around until he needs you. But as soon as he doesn't need you, he'll kill you, because especially if you have shit on him or know his secrets, he's going to have you killed super quick, because he ain't letting any of that shit get out. Why do you think Tall Boy died in a firefight, died in a gun out? Yeah, my ass. That's such a fucking... what got me so much about that scene, I hate Sheriff Mineta, first of all. I cannot stand with every fiber of my being corrupt cops. I don't care if it's on a TV show, a movie, or in real life. I cannot stand corrupt cops. It's it infuriates me. And so Sheriff Minetta being, you know, of course, Hiram's little bitch. That's what you are, Sheriff Minetta. He's a little bitch. So is fucking Penny and the ghoulie guy. You guys all think, oh, we're working together and we're all building this great empire or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. Fucking Penelope wants a brothel, which isn't really surprising at all. But it's like, dude, you think you guys, any of you are in charge or anything? Hiram's in charge and you're just like kind of his followers. He's the leader, you're his followers, so you're pathetic. No, I'm just saying, I don't like them, so. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, no, every time, like, because I would never get into business with Hiram, but if I did, I would just automatically think, when am I gonna die? Like, that would be my first thought. When am I gonna die? Because, yeah, oh, well, he probably wouldn't kill you. But, dude, if he doesn't need you anymore and you know his secrets, he's gonna have you killed. Do you think he's gonna pay you off and take that chance? Most likely not, when he could just have you killed. It's a lot easier just to have you killed. Like, so, of course, getting into business, that's what, with Hiram, that's what you would have to think is like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna live? You know, how far is this gonna go? But of course, all these people with Hiram don't have any conscience, except for Penelope, which, surprisingly, finally Penelope. Okay, Penelope did one other good thing for Cheryl, which is when she threw the check from Nick St. Clair and his parents in the fire after trying to rape Cheryl. That was the one good thing she finally did for Cheryl. And then the second, when finally she actually does something again good for Cheryl after fucking putting her away and conspiring with Claudius and pushing Nana Rose down the stairs, she finally, as she saw that Cheryl was going to see Tony, her girlfriend, and the other serpents, which, oh my God, like, are you kidding me? Like, I hated seeing the serpents and the white worm like that. Like, I'm not blaming the whole north side because, of course, now the Bulldogs and everyone in school are on the serpent side because, dude, they do nothing. Like, come on, they're really not doing anything. Like, you guys just go off a bad rap, but you're giving them this bad rap. Like, it's not them who's making this. You're automatically, oh, the serpents are a gang, you know? But they're not. They're a family. Like, oh, I love that. Her girlfriend Tony and the other serpents bring them some food and stuff. And Penelope, thankfully, actually caring that her daughter lives or dies, warns her that Sheriff Minetta, under the orders of Hiram Lodge, it's going to raid the white worm where the serpents are at, and if a few heads get cracked in the process, no biggie, which means everyone probably would have died. And they would have said, well, they attacked us, we had to kill them. Yeah, my fucking ass. So anyways, thankfully, by Cheryl going at that time, and for Penelope actually caring, she told Cheryl what was going down, and Cheryl went right to Archie and Jughead, already warned Tony, and they were, woo! They went, like, they got, like, I was like, oh my God, hurry up, please, please, please. I was like, oh my God, I feel like they're going to be leaving and the cops are going to be coming and they're stuck. And then they were leaving and you have Archie and Sweet Pea walking together, which I'm sorry, but goals. Like, you know, I would so be down for a friendship between Archie and Sweet Pea. It was just like so, I feel like I'm gonna say it's iconic for me to see them walking together. It was iconic because they've not been on the best of terms. Let's be very honest about that. But seeing them walk together and seeing Archie help the serpents like that, because even Archie, I'm so glad Archie said what we've all been thinking all season. His mind was warped by the Black Hood and shooting his father, right? You know, so his mind was already warped. But then Hiram, using that to his advantage, manipulated him into doing all this stuff that Archie normally wouldn't do. And Archie actually said it. He's like, you took advantage of me when I was in that kind of state of mind. You manipulated me to do stuff. Like, and I was like, yes, Archie, you're opening your eyes. You actually see why he was using, like, you actually see why he allowed you to be a part of the family, the mafia. It's because he was using you. He was warping your mind more and more, and finally you snapped out of it. It only took finding out that Hiram had your dad shot to really actually do it. Well, not only that, it also had to do with Hiram just leaving Reggie completely hanging and the whole riot thing and figuring out who started it. Hiram, of course. Like, like, I am so, like, oh my God. Like, I'm so glad, Archie, thankfully you opened your eyes. Like, Veronica did it before him, which, I mean, surprising, but, because she's his daughter, so you wouldn't think, like, she would be the first one to, like, go after her dad. Like, I am so happy with Veronica. Like, You know what I love about Riverdale? Is that we can go from like episodes. I gotta turn this fan on, I'm hot. We can go from like episodes where I really dislike a character, like, I'm sorry. In the beginning of season 2, like, as we progressed, Archie and Veronica kind of became the characters I really, really disliked. I mean, in my videos, you could tell, I said it, I disliked them, especially Archie. Like, I was hating who he was becoming, and I couldn't understand how he could do this to his dad, you know, like, and I couldn't understand how he could be for this prison thing, because I knew it was more than just the prison. Like, there was so much more going on here, because he wasn't just taking the south side, he was starting to take the north side too, Pop's Diner. So something clearly bigger was going on here. But But yeah, so Veronica, of course, it helps that she's like inside the house, so she can get inside, you know, like she can get to places inside the house where she can like search things and get into his office and stuff, which is how she found out about the October surprise and stuff like that. But what I really love, oh, that's what I was saying. So our characters go from like I said, Veronica and Archie, you know, they had those episodes where I was just like, God, you guys are so fucking idiots. Like, you're so annoying. Like, Veronica, you're lying to your friends. You're manipulating them. Like, come on, that's not cool. Archie, where the fuck are you? Who are you right now? Like, what the hell are you doing? Hiram is using you. I went from that to now, finally, Archie opening his eyes and seeing the truth as clear as can be, finally. It only took him a little longer than Veronica, because Veronica, she finally was like, this is it, I'm done. Like, she knew. Like, there's no question that he will do whatever it takes to get what he wants, to make his plan work. Even if it means putting Hermione in danger, like at the mayor debate, because that was him behind that. So clearly he doesn't care or give a shit about Hermione. And if Veronica wouldn't have pointed out the Black Hood, who knows who would have got killed, who would have got shot. We got to think about that. If Veronica never pointed him out in time, he could have shot Fred. He could have shot Hermione. He could have shot anybody, you know, because he wasn't like just aiming at Fred. He was pretty much like shooting, dude. Like, come on. But, yeah, so it's very clear that Hiram does not care. Like, yeah, his Mihan, his wife, who is his partner, and he loves her. No. Like, I'm so glad that Veronica, like, little by little, she's been, like, trying to get it through her mom's head that he doesn't care about the well-being of us. Like, dude, he doesn't care about your well-being. As long as you become mayor and he can get that kind of title, that's all that matters to him. And she knows it's the truth. That's why she finally started helping Veronica by getting her money. Well, she didn't help her get her money, but she told her, you know, well, you do have that money. And then, oh, God, I love McCoy. Like, I can't even call her Mayor McCoy. Sierra McCoy, I guess I'll call her now. Like, damn, when she comes in defending, like, my people, I'm just like, yeah! Like, Jughead or Veronica, like, I'm just like, woo! Like, I like you now better than I did as mayor. Because as mayor, you were doing shady shit for Hiram and them, and I didn't like that. And now you're not, it's so much better that you're not. Like, don't get involved with that shit. But, so yeah, I am so happy whenever she defends them, like, oh my God. And when Veronica was sitting there with her and Hiram and saying that she wants her money, and she was like, I will expose all of your dirty secrets until I get my money. And then she starts saying Papa Putain about his death and so on. And I was like, oh shit, she letting it out. Because, like, even Sierra was like, oh shit. Because she had no problem saying, like, 3 or 4 of his secrets. Like, damn, damn, damn. Like, woo! Like, I loved it. I love Veronica going up against her dad. Like, because I know, like, it's her dad. But let's be honest. Her dad is a bad person. It's as simple as that. He really is a bad person. I mean, they almost died because of something he did. He wasn't even going to be the one killed. It was them because of him. And it's like, thank God they had a gun. Thank God they defended themselves. Like, this is, everything bad that happens leads back to Hiram. The riots, the shooting at the mayor debate, the shooting for Fred, everything leads back to Hiram. And it's like, it's so weird. Like, I wonder, you know, so the Black Hood storyline is over with, But I wonder if, since I know the Black Hood storyline is over with, and Hal Cooper is the Black Hood, but does that still mean that the Hiram Black Hood is still going? Because I do think that Tallboy was the one who shot Fred, of course, twice, and probably did the mayor debate. I do think it was him doing this for Hiram, but I feel like there's something else that we're missing. I feel like there's something else that's just gonna pop out. I feel like the whole, like, I know the Black Hood storyline ended, but that's not to say that the Black Hood storyline with Hiram did end, because Hiram's storyline is still going on, and Archie is still going after him for having his dad shot twice. So maybe that kind of Black Hood storyline maybe might still be going on, because even though I do feel like it was Tallboy, I kind of feel like there's more to it than that. I don't know. I feel like there's more pieces that we're missing to all that and all of Hiram's plans. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a little more to the whole Tallboy being the Black Hood for Hiram. Like, not that he's not the Black Hood for Hiram. I'm just saying I feel like there's more to it. That maybe he didn't do the debate, or maybe there's just something more. I don't know. I feel like there's something more that's going to be revealed about Hiram and the Black Hood, Tallboy. Because of course, they had to have killed Tallboy, because if Tallboy would have lived and went to prison for trying to kill Fred Andrews twice, I mean, of course, he would have gave up Hiram in a heartbeat. There's no doubt. So, of course, he had to die. And what pissed me off so bad is whenever Archie was like, I'm not going to let this go. Like, to Sheriff Mineta, tell your boss, Dad, he said. Like, he was like, I'm not going to let this go, and tell your boss. And Hiram, he meant. And Sheriff Mineta just, has that, like, oh, shit. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, me in that scene, though, I would have been, like, so fucking cocky. I would have been like, I know you are bad. I know you're corrupt. I know you are involved in this shit. But what really got me is that he said all that, and then the next day, oh, we just so happened to find the person who, shot your dad the night of the riots, and we found all the guns pointing to him being the one who shot your dad at the diner, and this and that. And it's like, wow, it only took you what, like a half a day to find the person that Archie said shot his dad? Like that pissed me off. It's like Archie's like, I'm not gonna let this go, tell your boss that. And then the next day, not even next day, it's like, oh yeah, we found him. Like, just like that, we found him. Oh, and yeah, it was Tallboy. Oh, yeah, and he died. Because, he shot at us, so we had to kill him. It's like, no, did you really? Because you could have easily shot the gun out of his hand if he was shooting at you. I know, in that situation, you're not thinking, you're like, someone's trying to kill you. Of course, you're going to protect yourself. But it's just, I know that's not how it went down at all. Like, ugh. Like, I know your fucking secrets, man. Like, I hate Sheriff Mineta to a T. I hate him so much. Like, I hate him. I will say, Jughead and Veronica. Okay, I love Jughead and Veronica, like, so fucking much. I love them so much, so much, so much. Like, we actually got, first off, we didn't really get any, we didn't really get any Barchi scenes. We did get, of course, the scene with Archie, because he is now, the president, of the school, president of the council, and school president. And, well, I don't know if he still is, considering he's now arrested for murder. So, yeah. His mom's gonna come back and defend him, though, because, yeah, no one messes with Mary's son, or Fred's, or Jughead's friend, or Betty's friend, or Veronica's. And it's like, no, you're going down. No, but, yeah, there was that scene where he was, Josie was, of course, singing, and Archie was standing there, and he had a moment with Betty. They looked at each other and smiled, and Betty really gave him that really happy smile, like that kind of smile we seen in season 1 when he was showing her his music, and she was just, like, so proud of him. That's kind of like what this scene reminded me of, and it was such a nice scene. Even though it was small, I still appreciated it really much. Like, really much. I still appreciated it a lot, like, I really did. I mean, I just love them. But, yeah, so the Jughead and Veronica scenes, like, I just love them. Because, like, as we know, Jughead and Veronica, for a while there, were at each other's throats. Basically, all of the core 4 were, except for really Archie and Betty. They didn't really go at each other's throats as much. It was more Jughead, Archie, Jughead, Veronica, Veronica, Betty, Betty, Veronica, you know, that kind of thing. But Betty and Archie never really got at each other. That's just their relationship. They're not going to. But, so, you know, they were at each other's throats, and, you know, I'm hoping for a friendship. I do believe they will get together eventually, but I'm hoping for a friendship first. Like, I really, really, really want a friendship, like a real friendship. And having these little scenes of Jughead and Veronica, like her pulling him into the her pulling him into the classroom, and like, then grabbing his jacket to stop him because he was about to walk out, and because he had just told her, like, you know, yeah, your dad just fired my dad, and she was like super upset, like she really cared, and I was like, oh my god, like she really cared. Like I was super surprised how, like, not that she cared, I was just super surprised how like shocked, upset, and how much she cared. Like you could just tell in her face, like, he did that? Like she was totally against that. And if you think about it, I mean, yeah, Pop's Diner is the hangout, is the place where her and Betty and Archie and Jughead call their second home. You know, that's their hangout, that's their place. But I do think, you know, Veronica didn't just do it for that reason, you know, give up the white worms in order to get Pops from Hiram. I don't think she did it just because it's the place for her and her friends. I also think she did it for Jughead too, because she wanted Jughead's dad, of course, to have a job back again. And of course, I just believe that she also did this for Jughead. Finding out that Hiram fired his dad just like that was so disgusting to her, you know, and right away, you know, that's the first thing on her mind after getting Pops is like, your dad can come work here, like, come on. Like, I really do believe, like, even though she did it for her and her friends, I think what really drove her to get Pop's Diner is the fact finding out what Hiram did to FP, and, you know, how Jughead, you know, how he's suffering for this shit that Hiram's doing to him and his family. I mean, Sunnyside Trailer Park's basically all destroyed. I mean, no one has homes. I mean, there's a lot that's happened. So, of course, you know, she cares. And it was so nice to see that. And for her to give up the white worm in order to get Pop's Diner, like, she spent her money that she got out of Nick St. Clair, the fucking rapist. Like, she did her dirty work to get that money. Which she should, because it's like, he's a piece of shit who fucking has no human decency in his body. I thought he did, but he has none. But yeah, she actually spent her money to buy the white worm in order to hand it over to Hiram for Pop's Diner. And that's for Jughead. Not just for Jughead, but mainly for Jughead and his dad and all that, because finding that out is what really made her snap. I mean, she's even giving up all the money, everything Hiram gives her, she's giving up. And she even said, it's like, I don't want blood money, you know? And it's like, yeah, you don't. Good for you, Veronica. You don't need your dad. Because, you know, letting him have this control over you, like, you know, letting you having to depend on him for money and for things, he has a control over you. And Veronica doesn't want that anymore. She's done with all that shit. She's done with Hiram. She's done with the family business. She's done with this bullshit he's been doing. She's done with putting them in danger. She's done with all this shady shit he's doing. I mean, she's just completely fucking done. Like, she's over it. And I'm so happy. Like, dude, like, seeing Veronica, like, basically, like, take down her dad or threaten her dad, you know, is so epic. Because it's like, Veronica is such a strong, like, fucking outspoken person. And she really does have a good heart. She does, you know. And, I mean, it's hard to, you know, completely go against your dad. But she knows it's what she has to do, because her dad really isn't a dad to her anymore. You know, before in New York, she was so oblivious to everything because she had this great life. But in Riverdale, meeting these people and opening her eyes to this small town and this kind of new world to her, she sees that her dad isn't this person she thought he was, that he isn't a guy that she wants to look up to or wants to follow in his footsteps. And I know how hard that must be, and I applaud her for standing up and finally seeing that her dad really only cares about himself and his plans. It's true. It really is. And I mean, next season, it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be Hiram and Archie's war, because it is personal for Archie because, of course, you know, his dad was shot twice because of Hiram. And, of course, the Serpents are going to be on Archie's side because, you know, Jughead is now king. So they're going to be on his side, along with the Bulldogs, of course, which, God, that scene when they were all wearing the leather jackets just really touched my heart, because we go from having, like, fucking Serpents and Bulldogs hating each other to wanting to kill each other and trashing the school, to fucking standing up for each other because they knew it was wrong. Like, how are you gonna, like, you took away everything from them. You took away everything they called home. Everything they had on the South Side, you took away, and now you want to send them, like, 2 hours away? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no. And Archie and everyone, they stood up. I mean, everyone finally stood up for the Serpents, you know, finally saw that they are like you. They're just like you. They're not bad people. And thank God, Principal Weatherby, even though he's done some shitty stuff in the past, thank God, like, Archie told him, like, I know you're a good guy. I know you're not this way, you know? And thankfully, Weatherby, he knows he's not. And so he says, all right, everyone get to class, you know? And then he announces that they're all going to be staying. Because he isn't that guy. He's had moments where he pisses me off because it's like, really, dude, you fucking asshole? Like, really? But this was finally a moment because Archie really talked to him and said, like, I know you're not this kind of person. I know you don't want to be this kind of person. And thankfully, Weatherby didn't want to be this kind of person, and so they got to stay. Thank God. Like, come on. God, it bugs me so much. The Serpents always get the shit end of the stick. Like, let them have a break. It's bad enough half of them died, half of them ran away. I mean, they lost against the Ghoulies. I mean, it just sucks. And then FP started drinking again because Hiram fired him, which I'm guessing that's going to stop now, which, like I said, Jughead is king of the Serpents, which is much deserved. There's no denying he deserves that, because, like even his dad said, FP, he almost died for the Serpents, and they all know it's the truth. They were all for Jughead being king, because it's the truth. He literally gave up his life for the Serpents. I mean, come on. That is loyalty at its best. That is everything. I mean, that is dedication, you know, to give up your life for these people that you call family, you know, that maybe, even though he hasn't really known them that long, they are his family, and he will do whatever it takes to help them survive. And so him being king was just amazing. And then him giving the jacket to Cheryl, which, yes, I want that jacket so bad. Like, it's a red jacket, like, totally Cheryl, of course. But I really love that scene because I love it. Like, I love Cheryl's character development, especially getting with Tony. I love, like, she's more involved with the Serpents, and now she is a Serpent. Well, she has to go through the initiation, I believe. I mean, I don't think she can just, well, I guess, yeah, I guess she is just a Serpent, but I would think she'd have to go through the initiation, you know, because, like, Jughead did, and Tony, so, but I don't know, maybe not, you know, maybe she's just a Serpent. Either way, she got her own jacket now, and I think it's much deserved, you know. I know a lot of people want Betty to be a Serpent, and we did have, at the end, you know, Jughead asking Betty to be his queen of the Serpents, you know, which I love. That's one reason why I love that they ended it with Archie getting arrested and Hiram standing there, is because that basically said, okay, well, the king and queen thing we're going to focus on later. Right now, it's about Archie and being arrested for murder. So that's one thing I liked about the ending, because then I knew, like, okay, so the king and queen conversation isn't going to be as prominent in season 3 because, you know, we have the Archie thing going on. But as far as the whole Betty being his queen, I ain't down for it. Sorry. Like, I just don't feel like Betty should be a part of the Serpents. I feel like, I understand she's helped them. I do. I just don't feel like that's her path. I don't feel like that's where Betty belongs. You know, I'm not saying she doesn't belong with Jughead or belong with hanging out with the Serpents. I'm just saying I don't feel like she belongs as a Serpent. You know, I just don't feel like she is a Serpent and that's her path. Cheryl, you know, the Serpents, I feel like that is her path. You know, Cheryl kind of represents the Serpents as a whole, you know, and she does have that loyalty, and she has no family or no home, really. So, of course, you know, this is her family. This now is her new home. And, you know, if she really, and it's like character development at its best. She has changed so much from going from being a bitch and not caring or giving a shit to like helping people and helping the serpents and standing by their side, even before getting with Tony, you know, when they were having the protest earlier in the season, you know, and Cheryl was like, handed her mom the candy apple and walked to the front because she was right there with the serpents, you know, right before she even got with Tony. She was already like, I'm totally against my family just murdering people. Like, I'm going to stand with the serpents. And, like, I love that. Like, character development at its best. So I understand people are upset that Betty's not a serpent. And I know some might say, well, she's going to be queen, so... But is she? We don't know for sure if she's going to be queen, because right now it's the whole Hiram and Archie situation, and then the serpent's involved, and then you got Betty dealing with her demons. So, I mean, I don't know how much... they're not really going to have much time to focus on, oh, we got to get Betty as queen of the serpents, you know, because that's not going to be the main focal point. So, I don't think she will become queen. I at least hope not, because I just think that'd be stupid. Like, because first off, they're not going to... I'm sorry to say this, but they're not going to last. Like, she is going to, of course, get with Archie at some point, you know, and Veronica's going to get with Jughead at some point. So it would be kind of stupid to be a... I guess she... I'm sorry, there's just, like... I know she wants to be a serpent because of her boyfriend, and she likes the serpents, but that's not a reason to be a serpent. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's not the path for Betty in any way possible. Even if she became a serpent and then her and Jughead broke up and stood friends, I still just don't think she's meant to be a serpent. I just don't think that's her setting. That's her life. Cheryl, it just fits. It makes sense. You know, that's her new home, her new family. And, I mean, Tony was so proud of her getting her jacket. She was so happy. Like, it was so amazing. Like, God, I love Riverdale so much. Like, Riverdale is the best show on television. Like, some people I know stopped watching it, but it's like, I don't know how you can, like, even though, I will say, like you guys know, I'm a huge Barchi fan. Huge. But the episodes, I'm playing detective so much in the episodes, and I'm so enamored by the episodes that I'm not thinking of, oh my God, when are we getting a Betty and Archie scene, you know? I'm just like watching the episode, and then next thing I know, it's over, and I'm like, oh fuck, what the hell? Like, you can't end like that. I need to know what happened next. Like, what? You know, so like, even though I love Barchi with all my heart, and even though we haven't got many scenes since episode 9 when they kissed, I still so much love Riverdale as a whole. Like, I just love the show. I mean, of course, every show has its flaws, but Riverdale, I just love it so much. It's just such a good show. Like, oh, the characters represent so much, and I just really love the show. Like, I really do. What else is there to talk about? Oh, Fred taking in the serpents. Okay. Now, I know you could say, oh, well, Fred took in the serpents so that he could get the serpents vote. But I don't think it was just that. I also think it's because, you know, Archie, of course, wants to help the serpents. And, of course, Fred isn't going to turn away a bunch of fucking kids and adults, like, who have nowhere to go, who are basically about to get murdered by the police. Of course, he's not going to turn them away. And that touched my heart so much. Like, that was really nice. Like, God, I love Fred. Like, he's such a good guy, man. He really is. He's such a fucking good guy. That's who you should be with, Hermione. Like, okay. I still ship Hermione and Fred. I do. I like them. Even though Hermione this season, you know, was like, ugh, Hermione. But then finally, you know, Veronica opened her eyes. But even though she's been like that, I still ship them. And that little moment where Fred looked at her and Hermione looked at him, and, you know, they smiled. Like, Fred smiled at her and then looked away, and then Hermione looked at him and smiled and looked away. And I just thought that was a sweet moment, because with Fred, she's still Hermione, like, take charge, strong woman, but she's not like a good-hearted person. She's a totally different person with Fred than she is with Hiram. With Hiram, it's like his darkness completely covers her with darkness. It's like you can't tell the difference between Hiram and Hermione when they're together, but now that's kind of dissipating. And if Hiram thinks by Hermione being mayor, he's going to be running shit, nah, he got another thing coming. He is not controlling the mayor, he is not controlling the mayor quarters or any of that shit, because he already controls the sheriff station, which, to me, again, like, boggles my mind, because it's like, I mean, wouldn't the sheriff control the sheriff station, not just some random dude who's trying to destroy your town? Like, are you serious right now? This fucking idiot. Like, so, like, so much corruption and bad people, and they're just doing such shady shit. And I can't believe he had him framed for murder. And you know he's going to have evidence. Like, he's going to make it stick. But no, Archie ain't going down. Oh, God. I just wish that when Archie was looking at Hiram and as they were taking him away, that, like, maybe Veronica would have seen that he was looking at Hiram and knew right away, like, oh, it's Hiram. But I'm guessing they already know who is framing him for murder. It's very obvious. It's Hiram. I mean, it has to do with Hiram because, you know, it was Andre who shot the kid, you know, so. And, of course, Archie, when threatening Hiram, did bring that up. So, I mean, it is fitting that, of course, he has him framed. Well, not, what am I doing that for? Framed for murder of Cassidy, the guy, you know, which he didn't do, but whatever. So, yeah. I think it was a good thing that Hermione won, because I think why Hermione won is because it's going to put a wrench in Hiram's plans. I think Hiram thinks that now that Hermione won, you know, he has the in the mayor, he has it in, you know, with, of course, his wife being the mayor, so he can, like, control the people, basically, because that's what he likes to do, is control people, manipulate them. So that's his thing. But I think why Hermione won is because she's not going to do that next season. She's not going to let Hiram try and control her and run his plans through her as mayor. I think that's why she won, because towards the end of the season, she was finally opening her eyes to what Hiram was really doing and how much he had been keeping secret from her. You know, and how much he doesn't care about anybody's well-being except his own and his own plans. So I think that's why Hermione won, so that next season we can see her kind of saying, fuck you, Hiram. I'm the mayor, not you. You know, and hopefully she'll be, you know, trying to take him down along with Veronica and stuff. Of course, she'll be there. I mean, of course, she'll be on, you know, Archie's side, like, when she finds out that Hiram's having him framed for murder. Of course, she, as mayor, that's also going to help a lot. And that's also better that it wasn't his dad, because if it was his dad, then, you know, I'm not saying because she's mayor she can get him out of the charge. I'm just saying, as mayor, she's, of course, she's going to be on his side, even though it's her husband framing him, you know. But I think that's why Hermione won. But I love that Hermione came over and still congratulated Fred. And, you know, just seeing Hermione kind of back to, like, season 1 self really made me happy, because I missed that Hermione. That Hermione was happy, whereas the Hermione with Hiram was just like the sad person who was just kind of being controlled by Hiram. Like, I know she wasn't like just following his every word and just doing everything he says. Like, I know she wasn't like she doesn't have her own mind, but he did basically control her. You know, he had all these plans, you know, he talked her into, oh, this is going to be the best, you know, and she really believed it. And now, you know, finally opening her eyes because of Veronica, she's seeing that this isn't right. And so it's like, it's so nice to see, it's so crazy to see Hermione with Hiram, and then you see her just just shaking hands with Fred. And it's like totally different people. It's like Hermione, I'm not just saying with Fred, she's like just more at peace and kind of more herself. But it's kind of like Alice with FP. She's more herself. She's more at peace. She's more confident. You know, she lets her true colors show. And I think that's kind of like Hermione and Fred, because they did have that history in high school. But I think that's kind of like Hermione and Fred. With Fred's such a good person that Hermione, you know, being with him, that rubs off. And she wants to be a good person too. And she wants to be like Fred, and she wants Fred to respect her, I think, in a way. And I don't know, I really love Fred and Hermione together. Like, I would really love to see them together, hopefully, because, I mean, we saw that Hiram and Hermione kiss, and that was just cringe. Like, it was like last episode, like that was so cringy. Like, wow, like there was no emotion, like, at all. Like, but yeah. What else? Okay, I do want to say that I hope season 3 we focus more on Reggie. Like, I do want more Reggie scenes, because even though Reggie, you know, had his little moment where he, oh my god, Fangs. Okay, let me get into that real quick. Fangs is still alive. Okay, now, Fangs, you know, I didn't really think much. When Fangs died, I didn't think FP was lying, you know, because he had his own agenda, FP. I didn't think he was lying, because, like, I didn't, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's Fangs. He's not, like, really a main character, so I didn't really think too much into it, you know? Like, I know he is, like, one of the main serpents. But when they said he was dead, like, I assumed, okay, he is dead. You know, I believed it because how else would you cover that up, you know? Because, of course, the sheriff's not going to be on their side. Please, like, they give a fucking shit. Minetta's up Hiram's ass. You don't give a shit about nothing. But, so I just assumed, okay, he's dead. But, nope, he's alive. So, yes, I'm happy. He's alive. Yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't see that coming. I honestly thought he was dead. I know some of you were thinking, like, nah, he's still alive. Like, I think he's still alive, which kudos to you for knowing that, because I honestly had no clue. I didn't really think much into it. I just was like, oh, he's dead. I was like, that sucks. That's really sad. He deserved better. Like, but now he's alive. So, okay. Yes, yes. Yes. Also, Moose and Kevin. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen. Knew it. No, so, I mean, Moose is gay. I mean, he's in the closet and gay. Like, he is. He's gay. He is. So, I mean, I guess no, he's gay. I don't think he's bisexual. He's gay. He's just in the closet. And, of course, he's upset over Midge. I mean, even though he is gay, he loved her, you know, he really did. But, I knew, like, Moose was going to kiss him. Like, that was an emotional scene, and I knew Moose was going to kiss him. But I didn't know if Kevin, like, I was nervous, because I was thinking, oh, Kevin's going to, like, be like, back away, like, no, dude, you're too emotional, this isn't right. Like, you're just doing this because you're sad over Midge. But then Kevin goes right at him and just kisses him, and then they start making out, and I'm like, whoa, shit. Like, if someone walked into that bathroom right then and there, they're going to be like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, Moose? Kevin, I know, but Moose? What? No. Seriously, that's what I was thinking. Like, what if someone walks in? But no, like, only, like, I don't know. Like, I like Moose and Kevin, honestly. Like, yeah, I thought Fangs was gay, and maybe he's bisexual, so, I mean, I still ship, like, Fangs and Kevin. I would still be down for that, because I do like Kevin with serpents. I don't know. Like, he likes bad guys, let's be honest, bad dudes. But, I do like Moose and Kevin, too. And even though it was an emotional moment, and it was kind of just, you know, it was a kiss in that moment and stuff, I think it was more than that, because I think Moose, of course, still does have feelings for Kevin, and Kevin, of course, still does have feelings for Moose. I mean, you could see it when Kevin visited Moose in the hospital. You could tell, like, Moose really cared about Kevin and stuff, and Kevin cares about Moose. And so even though it was an emotional moment, I still think the kiss, you know, of course, didn't mean nothing. It meant something. Of course, they have feelings for each other still, and even though he was crying over Midge, I think Kevin, he needed that, because I think Kevin just makes him feel a little, like, safer, better, you know? Kevin is his comfort blanket, basically. So I think, I mean, even though in that moment it was emotional, and you could say, oh, well, the kiss was just because he was sad over Midge, it meant nothing, you know, it shouldn't have happened. But I think it's a lot more than that. Yes, he was upset over Midge, but there is feelings there between them, so it's not like they're just kissing because he's upset over Midge. You know, it's just, that's what started the kiss, is because he was crying over Midge, which is completely understandable, which is really sad. I mean, they trashed her, when they trashed the school, they did trash, you know, Midge's, and that's really sad. You know, her locker and all the notes people left. I do love that Jughead, like, called Sweet Pea out, because it's like, they're wanting to transfer all the serpents because they trashed the school, and Sweet Pea's like, yeah, because they blame us for trashing the school, and Jughead's like, yeah, because you did. And I was like, yes, dude, like, you did, like, yeah, Jughead. And Sweet Pea knew it, like, he just looked down, because he knows this is true. You did, you trashed the school, like, at least that's one thing they have rightfully, to blame. Like, that's one thing that they have right, is to blame, like, the serpents for destroying the school, because it is true. I mean, they are the ones who basically destroyed the school. So, I mean, it's not like it's a lie. But, yeah, I just love that Jughead called him out on that. I thought that was funny, because it's true. But, yeah, so next season, season 3, I believe that, of course, you know, the Hiram and Archie thing, their war, it's personal, will be going on with the serpents involved, the bulldogs, of course, people involved. But I also think the triangle will, of course, start up in season 3 and be prominent throughout the season. I do believe that. I really hope we get more Reggie in season 3, and maybe even more Josie, but especially Reggie, because I really do, like, I have my love-hate moments with Reggie, but I really do love him. And I love Charles Melton. He's like, God, I can't say it enough, but he is literally Reggie Mantle. He is Reggie. Like, there's no denying he is Reggie. I'm not saying he's like him in real life. I'm just saying he fits him to a T. Like, I look at him and I'm like, that is Reggie. That is Reggie Mantle. But, yeah, I want more of Reggie in season 3. Like, I really do. Like, I like Reggie. I want more story of that. And hopefully season 3 will focus on more of some of the other couples, too. Maybe, you know, Phallus, more of Choni, maybe Moose and Kevin, the triangle, you know, the friendship between Jughead and Veronica, the war between Archie and Hiram, the serpents also on Archie's side, and them dealing with the aftermath of everything. Like, I have such high hopes for season 3, and I hope we get more of just like what I said, because I want to see more of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want it to focus so much on all the drama. Like, I understand, like, of course, season 2, even though there was a lot of drama, the Black Hood and all that, there still was a lot of focus on Varchie and Bughead. Whereas and a little on Choni, you know, but not as much as we would have liked. So I would like season 3, and I feel like season 3 is the perfect time to really start the triangle and really start focusing on couples more and more. Like I said, Phallus, Choni, Moose and Kevin probably, Reggie and Josie, you know, and the friendship between Jughead and Veronica. So I feel like season 3 should focus, it only seems right to focus on a lot of that stuff, along with, of course, the drama and all the crazy shit going on, because it can't always just be about drama, crazy shit, murder, being framed, Hiram, Archie, shooting people, you know, it can't always be revolving around that. So I hope season 3, even though it won't just be revolving around everything Hiram and Archie and all that related, it will be also focusing on couples, hopefully, and hopefully not just Bughead and Varchie, hopefully other couples, you know, and hopefully the triangle starts up, which I believe it does. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm going with that. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was so long, but I had a lot to say. Thank you guys for wanting to see this. Thank you for waiting. Like, you guys are the best. Like, I love you guys so much. Like, I really do love making these videos for you, and I just really appreciate your support and all the love you give me. Like, I rarely ever get hate, and it really is such a nice thing. Like, I really appreciate it and stuff. And I know a lot of you might not always agree with my opinions, but you accept that because you know we all have different opinions, and that's okay, because you know what? That's cool. We're all going to have different opinions. There's nothing wrong with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yes, I am gonna go. Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys.